Bonjour les enfants, c'est votre classe de français numéro 9 et aujourd'hui nous allons lire ensemble le livre La petite maison dans la prairie. La petite maison dans la prairie. Who knows what that is? Yeah, la petite means the little, right? La petite means the little. Maison is house. Dans is in. La prairie, the prairie. The Little House in the Prairie par Laura Ingalls Wilder. So we are going to learn to read in French. So here's two things that I want you to do. I want you, first of all, to put everything aside, grab your little book. We're not going to read the whole thing. We're going to separate it in half or maybe in 3 parts. I don't know yet. And we're going to start reading. I want you to follow with your finger. So you need to put your finger and you need to follow with Miss Sarah. I don't want you to just sit back and listen. I really want you to pay attention to the words that are on the paper at the same time that you're hearing them. I also want you to try to say the sentences and the words in the book at the same time I'm saying them. So you can whisper them as I'm reading, but I want you to try to say them. So you're going to try to say them at the same time you're going to hear me saying them the correct way. And that's going to help you to know how to read in a different language. It's going to help you to know how to pronounce words in a different language. It's going to help you to speak better. So it's very, very important to do these two things with me. Follow with your finger and whisper those words, those sentences as at the same time I am saying them. Okay? You also have this page right here. So before we start reading, I want you to look at this page and I want you to go ahead and read the questions. That way, when we're reading, you can remember when you hear the answer, you can say, oh yeah, that was a question. And you can go back and fill up the answer. Okay? It needs to be a full sentence answer. All right? And yes, you can answer in English. If you can do it in French, try. If you can't, go ahead and do it in English. But I would really like for you to try to do it in French. Why don't you try in both? Try in French and then write in English. So that way you can try. The more you try, the better you'll get at it. Okay, are you ready? Good. Let's go to chapitre 1. Chapitre 1. Right? Chapter 1. Vers l'ouest, towards the west. Il y a très longtemps, quand tous les grands-pères et toutes les grands-mères n'étaient que des petits garçons ou des petites filles, ou même de très petits bébés, s'ils étaient déjà nés, papa, maman, Marie, Laura et bébé Carrie quittèrent la petite maison où ils vivaient dans les grands bois du Wisconsin. Long, long ago, when all the grandfathers and all the grandmothers were only little boys or little girls or even little babies if they were born. Pa, Mary, Laura, and baby Carrie left their little house where they lived in the great woods of Wisconsin. Ils montèrent dans un chariot bâché et l'abandonnèrent solitaire et vide au cœur de sa clairière cernée par les grands arbres. They climbed onto their chariot that had a big tarp on it and abandoned the little house alone and empty in the middle of the field surrounded by big trees. Ils ne devaient plus jamais revoir cette petite maison. They would never see this little house again. In those days when people traveled, they didn't come back. They traveled, they left, and that was it. Ils s'en allaient vivre au loin, en pays indien. They were going to live far away, among the Indians. Papa disait qu'il avait trop de gens dans les grands bois à présent. Paul said that there were too many people now in the big woods. Laura, pour sa part, entendait souvent résonner le bruit sourd d'une hache qui n'était pas celle de papa, ou l'écho d'un coup de fusil qui n'était pas le sien. Laura, on her side, oftentimes heard the sound of an axe that was not her daddy's axe, or the echo of a rifle that was not his. Le sentier qui longeait la petite maison était devenu une large piste. The small road that were closer to the house had become a big road. Chaque jour ou presque, Laura et Marie s'arrêtaient de jouer et regardaient surprises un chariot y passer lentement en grinçant. Every day, or almost every day, Laura and Mary would stop playing and would look so surprised to see a chariot passing slowly and making noises. So when they first established themselves in Wisconsin, there was no one, there was nobody. But now it seems like there were other people there because they could hear the sounds of the rifles, they could hear the sounds of axes, they could hear, they could see other chariots passing by. So there was more people, right? Les animaux sauvages ne voulaient plus rester dans un pays où il y avait tant d'hommes. The wild animals did not even want to stay anymore because there were so many people there. Papa n'avait pas envie d'y rester lui non plus. Paul did not want to stay there either. Ce qui lui plaisait, c'était une contrée où le gibier vivait sans avoir tout à redouter. What pleased him was to live somewhere where game was living without fearing man. Il aimait apercevoir les petits faons et leur mère qui le suivaient des yeux dans l'ombre des bois. He loved to see the little deer and their mothers who were following them in the woods, ou les gros ours paresseux qui se régalaient de baies sauvages, or the big lazy bears who loved to eat wild berries. Durant les longues soirées d'hiver, il évoquait pour maman les régions de l'Ouest. We're right here, in case you are lost. Durant les longues soirées d'hiver. During the long winter nights, he would tell Ma all the stories about the regions of the West. Là-bas se déroulaient d'immenses plaines et il n'y avait pas d'arbres. Over there was just big plain fields with no trees. L'herbe y poussait haute et drue. Grass was growing really high. Les animaux sauvages les parcouraient en tous sens et s'y nourrissaient comme s'ils se trouvaient dans un pâturage dont l'œil de l'homme ne pouvait pas distinguer les limites. The wild animals would be running all throughout those fields, and they would feed themselves with whatever they found in a place where the eye of man could not see the end. So it's like the horizon. It was like unending fields, right? Unending fields, no trees, just plain fields. And it was so, you could see fields everywhere. So there was lots of space. Et il n'y avait pas de fermiers, and there was no farmers. Seuls les Indiens y vivaient. Only the Indians lived there. Un bon jour, tout à la fin de l'hiver, so this is at the beginning right here. Un beau jour, tout à la fin de l'hiver, papa déclara à maman. One beautiful day at the end of winter, Pa declared something to Mom. Comme tu n'y t'opposes pas, j'ai décidé de partir dans l'Ouest. Since you don't seem to be opposing going away, I decided to leave for the West. On m'a fait une offre pour cette maison et nous en obtiendrons autant maintenant que nous ne pourrons jamais l'espérer. Somebody offered me some money for this house and we will have as much money as we can hope for. Cela nous permettra de repartir du bon pied dans une nouvelle région. This will help us to start anew in a new region. Oh Charles, dit maman, faut-il que nous partions déjà? Oh Charles, said Mom, should we already leave? Il faisait encore bien froid et la chaude petite maison était très confortable. It was still very cold and the little house was so comfortable. Si nous voulons partir cette année, il nous faut partir dès à présent, lui répondit papa. Nous ne pourrons plus franchir le Mississippi après la débâcle. If we want to leave this year, we must leave right away, said papa. We will never be able to go across the Mississippi River if we wait. Voilà donc comment papa vendit la petite maison. This is how Paul sold the little house. Il vendit aussi la vache et le veau. He also sold the cow and its kid. Il prépara des arceaux de noyer et les dressa sur la caisse du chariot. He prepared branches of a walnut tree and he put it on the chariots. Maman l'aida à tendre la toile blanche par-dessus, and Ma helped him to spread the white tarp on top of it. Au petit matin, alors qu'il faisait encore sombre, maman secoua doucement Marie et Laura pour les faire lever. We're right here. Au petit matin. So it says, in the early morning, as it was still dark, Ma shook gently Mary and Laura to make them get up. À la lumière du feu et de la bougie, elle fit leur toilette, les peigna et les vêtit chaudement. At the light of the fireplace and of the candle, she cleaned them up, she brushed their hair, and she dressed them very warmly. Elle leur mit leurs jupons, leurs robes, et leurs longs bas de laine par-dessus. She put on their undergarment, their dress, and their long sock, wool sock on top of their long flannel clothing under the dress. Elle leur enfila leur manteau. She put on their jacket, leur bonnet de peau de lapin, their hat made out of rabbit skin, and leur mitaine de laine rouge, and their mittens made out of red wool. Tous les objets de la petite maison avaient été empilés dans le chariot. All the little objects of the little house had been put inside the chariot, à l'exception des lits, des tables et des chaises, with the exception of the beds, the tables and the chairs. Ils n'avaient pas besoin de les emporter, car papa leur en fabriquait d'autres à l'arrivée. They did not need to take them, because daddy would build some new ones at their arrival. Le sol était couvert d'une mince couche de neige. The floor was covered with a thin layer of snow. Il faisait froid et noir, mais il n'y avait pas de vent. It was dark and it was cold, but there was no wind. les silhouettes des arbres dénudés se dessinaient avec netteté sous les étoiles. The silhouette of the trees without any leaves could be seen under the stars. Plus brillante dans l'air glacé, the stars were even more shiny in the cold, frozen air. À l'est pourtant, le ciel pâlissait et par les bois gris, on voyait approcher les lanternes. In the east and in the gray wood, we could see lanterns and chariots and horses of grandfather and grandmother and aunts and uncles and cousins coming by. And we're going to stop here. Nous allons arrêter ici. So, answer your question. And I hope that you enjoyed it. I think it's good for you to listen to French. But let me know if you liked hearing the story of the little house in the prairie in French. And we'll continue. Okay? Answer your questions. Répondez à vos questions. Au revoir les enfants.